Okay, so here I am again at my land. So I guess we will go ahead and do the big reveal. Ready? There it is. It's getting built. So I wasn't able to get any of the in-between steps, so like between where they backfilled the foundation and when they put the basement and the first floor on here, because basically they had done the first floor, or they had filled in the foundation on like a Thursday, and then they did the foundation on a Friday, and then when I came up on the Saturday they were putting up the first floor here, and I can't obviously disturb them while they're building, so this is the first chance I've really gotten to come out here with the camera. I was out here the other day by myself, but it was too dark to film, but there's been no change since that day and now. But let's go ahead and take a walk through here. So this is obviously the garage. Back there, this little entry, that's the mudroom entry. I'll show you that on the inside in a minute. That right there is the front door right here. So we're gonna go ahead and walk through that in a minute. All of this is the wood that they're gonna use. So you can see, you know, if you're familiar and or watching this in the future, there was a wood shortage due to COVID, and so you can imagine all the lumber that they use while building a house like this, and to think that there's a whole neighborhood behind me that they were building, you can kind of imagine why they needed more wood. But let's go ahead and jump up in here into my house, because you can see they actually did some footings. If you watched the earlier videos I made, they made some footings for my front steps. So I'm going to have granite front steps on here, so they'll probably sit on that. I'm not sure if they'll build it up, like maybe they'll put a cement kind of block in there and then they'll put the granite around that, because I imagine that they're not going to give me like a massive 1 by 4 by 6 foot block of granite. That would be massive. But let's go ahead and jump in here. Okay, just the lighting. Now, one of the things that you'll see coming in here is this right here. This is, I've literally stepped right in the front door, so I haven't gone anywhere. Right above us here, this spot right here is going to be open to the ceiling, just like over there is open. This part with the support, that's going to be a bridge or a catwalk between the two sections, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. But essentially, so when you walk in here, this would be all open. You'd have this bridge right here, and then there's going to be a spindle rail there, so you can see right through that to the top of the ceiling on the other side. I know we want to get over to there, but the first thing I'm going to do is show you. So we're stepping into like the foyer area here, and then on the immediate left is the living room. That is the family room. This is the living room. So you can see that the living room is going to have 2 nice windows right there in the front. There are no side windows. The side window that is over there is for the bathroom, so there's going to be a little half bath that comes into here. And then on the back side, that is going to be my library. Yeah, that's what it's called on the blueprints, so I guess I have to put a library there. Stepping in the front door, and we look over to our right instead, this is the dining room. So it goes from kind of roughly here-ish all the way back. It has the same 2 front windows that the living room does, and then that back wall is solid. There's no doors or windows or whatnot. The floor, the stairs here, these go down and up. So if you're on that side, you'd be walking down and into the basement, which I'll show you later. And if you're on this side, you'd be walking up and onto the second floor. So if we go back to the front door here and you look in, you can see how there's the stairway there, but that's going to have a spindle rail on it also. So you'll be able to see right through this to the family room just like you can now, except you'd have the spindle rail in there. So let's go ahead and look at the family room now. So you walk in, you pass the stairs, and then you're in the family room. So nice 2-story high. The first floor is 9-foot ceilings, and the second floor is 8-foot ceilings. And so let me back up here so you can kind of see this a little bit more. So if you can make it out there, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 windows. 1, 2, and then 3, 4 windows as well. The top windows are sealed, so they'll look like normal windows, but you can't open them. The bottom windows you can open. And that looks out over that way. So again, we have the stairs here, a little walkway here, probably put the couch there, and then you'd have the nice 2-story, I would keep on calling it vaulted or some kind of like tall ceiling. It's not really vaulted, I guess. I don't know. I'll figure out the term later. Anyways, there will be a gas-powered fireplace that sticks off of that, and a mantle. And then above the mantle, I'll probably put my TV, of course. Looking out this way, so I trip and die. Looking out this way is the library double window, which is literally just going to be 2 windows next to each other, I think. But you can see, again, these trees are going to go away. And so you'll be able to get this nice view out the library window. I will probably put trees down here that should hopefully block these houses. So when you look out, you'll see some nice trees down there, but they come up to roof height so they don't block the rest of the view. Since we're doing views here, bathroom window, I'm probably going to fog out because it obviously looks into my neighbor's backyard, and they have a window over there. Let's go ahead and quickly look out the living room windows. So again, you can see the mess of wood. Look at all the plywood right there. It's a massive stack of plywood, and there's another stack of it beyond right there. And then 2x4s, of course. Second window here is obviously going to look like the same. The door will be solid, but it'll have a storm door. So I'll be able to, open the door and I'll be able to look through the glass storm door. But the door itself is metal, and so when that's closed, it's closed. Let's jump over here to the dining room, trying not to trip on anything. So same kind of view out the dining room. You can see obviously my neighbor's porch and stuff. What I'll probably do is I'll have some curtains and some like, what are they called? Starts with an S. Anyways, it's like a sheer, that might actually be what it's called, a sheer like that. So you'd have curtain, shears, so blackout curtains and shears. So that way I'm not always looking at my neighbors. I'd rather not. So we go from the dining room through this little hallway. Again, if we were to look down that way, we'd get to the basement door. So remember, the stairs ascend from over there. So this would be the door, and then you'd look down into the basement. Right here is the little breakfast area, and that's going to be an atrium door. Basically, it's a slider door where it has 2 pieces of glass, but instead of sliding, it actually opens like a normal door. So that's going to be there. There will be a little half wall that sticks off of this, and I could have paid a little extra to get rid of that half wall. So it would come out to like here-ish, right? So it's going to have a half wall, and then it'll have a beam that goes from here to the ceiling. But I'd rather actually have that half wall there, because if you got rid of it, then what you're doing is you're not designating a walking area, right? So if you don't have a half wall here, that means you can walk through this whole thing. And then if you try to put like a couch there, then the couch looks into the breakfast area, or like it just doesn't look clean. So there'll be a half wall there, so I can put the couch on another couch on the other side of it. Probably put another couch like that, right? So this is your walking area, and it's clearly defined, and you don't have to mess around with it. So again, atrium door here, and if you walked up next to it, you'd have this nice. Make sure I don't trip and die while looking through the camera. You'd have this nice view right out the atrium door, because my porch is going to be right here also. But before I go too far into that, here's the kitchen. So the kitchen is going to be, along that wall with a breakfast bar sticking out. And then over in this corner is going to be a wall. So the wall will go from here to here. And that will be the pantry. You walk through here, this will be the washer and dryer, mudroom, and then like a closet. So this is all sealed off from there. But even the kitchen will have its own view here. So that is the kitchen window right there. So you'll be able to look out here while you're doing the dishes. Let's do that view a little less boxy. Ready? There we go. Again, little birches are going away. I'm going to try and get that big tree to go away too. Little trees that I'll plant later on down here, which will come up and block the houses, right? So that way you get the tops of those trees and maybe a little bit of their roof, and then you get the view beyond that. So if we were to go ahead and look down from this atrium door here, you would see footings for the porch. So those are two pads where the beams of the porch are going to come up. The porch itself will be 2 feet away from that wall. So it basically will come out here 2 feet away from that side, and then it's a 10 by 12 porch. So it looks like, you know what, that might be where the stairs go. They might put the stairs over there. Which sort of makes sense. I don't know. I sort of want the stairs to come over here and then walk outward, right? Go from inside to outside, but we'll see what they do. You've probably seen this kind of dirt cliff edge thing a million times by now. I'm really curious what they're doing with it at this point, because they've knocked this over a little bit so it's no longer a clean edge, and then they made this whole thing a clean edge. Yet the septic is supposed to be right there. So I don't know what they're doing. I'm going to have to talk to them. Some interesting tidbits if you were to look up. Let me make sure I don't die. Hold on. Right there is a cutout for the plumbing of the upstairs main bath. Not to be confused with the master bath. So there's the main bath, and then the master bath is over there. So that's where the 2 upstairs bathrooms will be. Again, the downstairs bathroom will be over there by that window. You see how like they're doing these header blocks over the doors and stuff? That's because I have the 9-foot ceilings. I have to add a little extra space in there. If you look up, you can see here, that looks like it's going to be another wall that they've already prepped, and they just have to stand it up. They probably left it laying down so that way the wind wouldn't blow it out over. That's what all these individual doodads. There we go. This and that and that and that. Those are to support it before, while they're building it. And they've got another one right there. I'm sort of tempted to go up the ladder, but I'll be good and I won't. Let's check out the garage from this side here. So again, this will be a little wall right here, and then you would, I gotta avoid beams, so I can't really pretend to walk through there. You would walk into here. This would be a little mudroom area where you could take your shoes off or put them on, and then you would get the garage. The garage is going to get its own window over there, as well as its own door over there, and then the 2 garage doors, of course. I will probably fog out that window also, because I don't like the idea of someone being able to look, walk up and look inside of the garage. And I'm assuming that this door is going to be the same as my front door, which means it should be a solid door. If it does have glass panes on it, then I'll fog those out as well. You can take a look at these beams here. I'm going the wrong direction. There we go. Look at the size of that beam. And that's not the only one. I use those beams throughout my whole house. So that is the beam that, or rather, above me is the rest of the master bedroom. So the master bedroom comes into the garage a little bit, right? So this is actually the interior wall. The master bedroom goes out there a little bit, and then the rest of the house, the rest of the bedroom sits up there. My assumption is they're going to insulate this, and if not, then I'm going to have a really cold bedroom. But then the master bedroom comes into here. You can see another one of those big beams that goes all the way across to the other side. And then I'd say probably, this is a guess, but probably where these cross braces are, from there over is probably where the master closet and the master bedroom are. Or sorry, master bathroom are. Closet, bathroom. So from there, give or take, to there, give or take, would be the master bedroom. I think the next thing to show you is the basement, but I want to see if we can see this a little bit better, because I sort of explained it, but you couldn't really see it. Alright, so here's that bridge thing, right? So I'm standing right in front of the stairs. The stairs are going to ascend up to over there, and then they're going to make a U-ey, and then you're going to have a hallway right here, and this bridge connects to the next side. This spot over here, that will be open, and that will go just as high as those guys, right? So this side, this, like if you immediately go right in here, this is the main bath. So you go up the stairs, you take your first left, that's the main bath. You take your right, that's a hallway. There's a bedroom above the dining room. There's a bedroom above the living room. And there's a bedroom above the library. And the one that's above the library, I'm actually going to use as an office. But yeah, hopefully that makes a little bit more sense versus what I was explaining when I entered. But let's go ahead, I'm going to go out the garage and then I'll show you the basement, okay? Alright, so we're at the front of the garage here, and I just wanted to kind of point those out. All of those are the pre-built trusses, or the triangle part of the roof. So once they've got the second floor up, they should be able to quickly stand up the roof on top of that. So let's go ahead and walk around here. Here's the drainage pipe, which if you've watched the past videos, you have seen me reference a million times because it's like a waypoint out here in the desert dunes of Tatooine. So anyways, let's go ahead and look at the side here. And so now you can start to see the basement level. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. This doohickey right here, so we've got this one board that's sticking out here, and we've got a pipe right there, which you can kind of barely see. That is likely going to be the exit point for the septic system, so it'll exit through that, and the pipe is roughly here to go out that way to, again, the septic should be where those birch trees are rooted. But let's go ahead and jump through the walls here. No clipping or IDD KFA if you are Doom fans from 1995. So here we go. Here's the basement. We can see that they notched the beam right into the foundation there. And then here is the footer that we've seen before. And these will turn into lally columns rather than wooden support. But you can see all the way over to the other side. It's a pretty good distance. There you go. I'm not going to be able to do this off the top of my head, but these have a certain distance, and you have 1, 2, 3-ish, that's short. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and another quarter out there. So that's 9 of those. Let's call those 2 feet apiece. So call it 20 feet if that's 2 feet apiece. So it's 20 feet to that corner, and that's probably another 40 feet. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I had to merge the small ones. 15 by 2, 30 feet. So 30 feet, 20 feet, 50 feet all together. That probably works. I actually have the plan somewhere. I could just go look at it. But let's go ahead. Here's the would-be stairs. Right? So this would be the top, and they would descend down to here. There is a walkout basement. That particular beam seems precarious, but it's nailed in there. So there is a walkout basement right there. So I'll be able to walk out of there and go enjoy the view. The other nice thing is the bump out continues. So I get 2 nice windows down here, and then there will be a lally column right there. I've got those nice beams again right at the top. But you know, I've got that nice little bump out, and the bump out will have a little bit of a view. Again, those birch trees outside will go away, and you'll still be able to get a decent view from ground level here. So I'm gonna pop out of the wall again. There. Alright, I'm through. Alright. So here are the footings a little bit closer. Not that footings are particularly interesting. There's the atrium door up there. Kitchen. There is the 2-story family room. Let's go out here and get a nice look at that. So there's the bottom, first basement, first floor, second floor. And then there's going to be a roof. So it's nice and big. So you can imagine this double window will be the same up here. And then there's going to be another window probably right here. Basement walkout. Here's kind of the look from the backyard, right? So you got the neighbor's backyard, other neighbor's backyard. Everyone's kind of goes to a cliff point here and drops into the woods. The problem that I'm having with these guys is that mine does not drop into woods. Right? The septic will be down there somewhere. But what I'd really like to see, making sure that I can see the screen, is like a ramp that goes down there. Supposedly, when they put the septic in here, they'll have like this will ramp to that, which will ramp to the back, but I don't know. That they seem to have made this a finished edge. And then if we go back over to here, we've got our nice little swimming pool, which we've seen before. Again, that should be dried up once this is all done, because that little retaining wall of mulch stuff should be gone. But here's the side yard. Let me get over here. All right, so there is the manhole cover right there, and that goes out this way to the little white cap down there. I want to talk about that little white cap for a minute. I don't know if I really want to walk down there right now, because that's part of the other problem. There's no easy way down to the rest of my yard, which is aggravating. At any rate, the white cap down there, that one, that has an entry on the left side and the right side, because if you follow the land up here, right, the ravine goes up, it ascends, and it ascends. So this is the low point, which is where the water collects, and then just to the right of that, there is the other manhole cover. So this, drains into the rest of the drainage system, and it goes down there and eventually spits out into the woods. There's a big pond way back there. But anyways, I don't have a problem with that. I get that there's a ravine, I get that water goes into it, and I get that you have to manage the water. That's fine. The problem that I have is that the openings on either side of that white cap are absolutely open. There's no grate or anything. So you can go in the left side or the right side of that white cap, and then you can go straight down into the drain. And the diameter of the hole into the drain is like 1.5 feet across. So, my dog, a neighbor's neighbor's kid, anything that's, less than 1.5 feet in diameter could fall in there. And it's of course on my property, so I'd be liable for that. So I've got a real problem with that, which I've raised with them, which I'm hoping that they'll fix. Anyways, so that's the update. We got some, let me zoom out here. We got some dirt movement over here. This looks like water pushed it out, and then maybe they dropped some more off. Because again, we got the little orange stakes here that's showing where the next neighbor's house is going to be. Going from here down here, though, this is my property, give or take, right? So I assume they're going to do some leveling out here for them, right? So probably go take this and curve it back into the woods like that, because I assume that can you see that? Yeah, that orange stake right there, I assume is the plan for their septic. Let's go look at their house. So right now I'm still on my land, and if I take a little left here, I'm right on the edge of my property. So this right here, and this one that's fallen over, that is probably their garage, if I were to guess. And then it looks like their front goes pretty far out to there, actually. It comes in. So they might have... It's a 2-car garage, maybe a little bit more. They've got all the way out to over there. And over there. It's going to be a big house. It's hard to tell from the stakes which style it would be. Not that that would mean anything to you guys, but like, obviously I got to pick which house went here, so I got to pick the style and everything like that. I was a little bit restricted because my lot is narrow at the front and wide at the back. But what that means is I got to see all of the different styles of house. And so if I really wanted to, and I looked at this for a longer period of time, I could probably figure out what house is going to go here. But I mean, I just have to wait a month and they'll have a foundation in there. So nothing, I'm fine with waiting. Today is Monday, Labor Day, is September 6th, 2021. So I'm hoping that, you know, probably Tuesday they'll get back to work on this. Again, they had those side walls kind of pre-staged, so they could potentially be putting up the second level Tuesday and Wednesday. Probably the roof by Thursday, Friday. And then they have to do this exterior cladding. My guess is they'll do all that either Friday or they'll have to wait till Monday. But they've been going really quickly. So they did the basement and the first floor in 2 days. They started with the basement on Friday. They had the first floor up by Saturday, and this is where they stopped on Saturday afternoon. So they're doing quick. It's about a 5-man team. All right, now I'm done. I'll give you guys an update next time I'm capable. All right, bye.